In 2024, I was able to 2.4x our revenue and increase our profit by 12.39x. A beautiful number that resulted in us allowing to take a six-figure investment out of our business to actually purchase a house, which we wouldn't have been able to do because banks in Canada don't like entrepreneurs. So in this video, I want to break down exactly what I did this year in my coaching business compared to 2023 and the three things that you should focus on and that I will definitely be focusing on going into 2025. And if you're new here, just hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos just like this, showing you behind the scenes what I'm doing to grow my coaching business. I'm on track to hit 100K per month in profit, and that is what I'm going to continue aiming for. I'm just getting there little by little by little. I'm going to be documenting the entire journey along the way. So for context, back in 2023, I was doing a lot of the things that coaching programs taught me to do, right? So I was taking the sales calls. I was working with clients one-on-one. I heard from someone, hey, you should work with clients one-on-one. So I did. And it was miserable. It was absolutely miserable. And what I found a lot of the times in 2023 specifically was that I was extremely burnt out. My calendar was very full because I was working with all these clients one-on-one. And the way the coaching program was structured was that I was in essence their babysitter, meaning they wouldn't do any of the work until we met. And that was my fault because I didn't have like a proper curriculum structured. I didn't really say like, oh, go do this, go do this. I was just doing it custom per person, right? And what I found was that I was just not having a good time. I was working with a handful of really great clients and a handful of clients that I just didn't really enjoy working with, but I needed the money, so I was taking them. And also I just didn't really feel like I had a clear path. I would have these huge highs where I would get a ton of sales, and then I'd have these huge lows where they were just so emotionally crushing. And I just felt like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what is wrong with this? And so then going into 2024, I needed to change. And that's when I discovered how productized services operate and how they're able to just literally make blatant offers, deliver so simply. And I'm like, wow, this is a really streamlined model. Why don't we apply this to coaching? And so what I've done is modeled the productized service industry, productized offers, and created the productized coach. And implementing this model has had some amazing impacts for myself, my clients, and my family, getting way better client results now, but for way better revenue growth and having so much more fun. I literally have so much blank space in my calendar. It's amazing. We don't do any sales calls. We don't do any of that jazz. So let me walk you through the three things that actually allowed us to get there, okay? The first thing, which you've probably heard many people say, is simply making more offers. What do I mean by this exactly? So I come from a background of creating like low ticket micro offers. That's what I used to do. That's how I got like my initial push into this industry. Was I was working with an amazing hypnotist named Dan Kendall, rock star guy. I basically helped him. He had this old product gathering digital dust on his shelf. This was right, I think in 2021 when COVID was hitting. And we literally took, or just a little after, COVID was still going on. And we took that digital product, we put it in a funnel and built it all pretty, made it look nice, had the upsells, had the long form upsell page, had the long form sales page, all that stuff. And boom, we launched this thing and it took off like a rocket. And we were able to collect just shy of $500,000 in 8 months in revenue and get like 6,000 to 7,000 buyers on an email list. It was magical, right? That was back in the day. And what I found was that I came in with this mindset that when you launch an offer, specifically like a lead generation offer, where you are trying to get more people into your world, that it needs to be a hell of a lot of upfront work and struggle and pain. The reality is this is just not true. I tested this theory this year where I said, you know what? Instead of like building these beautiful pages, I'm just going to test like a bullet point sales page with just a dead simple offer. You're going to get all this stuff. Here's the offer. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what it's going to look like. Here's the times. Like basically just, and the entire thing is bullet points. And it converted very good. It was actually very profitable and cold traffic. So I did that 8 more times this year. And not every single one of those offers hit, but a lot of them did. And that was one of the catalytic reasons that we were able to grow so much, was because we kept putting out offers that were just, again, white background, bullet point sales page, breaking it down. We'll show an example on the screen so you can take a look, and just simply launching a lot more of that. And I would say like that was the number one reason that we were able to grow so much, was that the number of offers I was able to make because I didn't feel restricted by, I've got to now hire a designer, I've got to go do this, I've got to build all the graphics, I've got to do all this stuff, allowed us to exponentially grow a lot faster. That was the first big thing. And by just consistently pumping out more offers into the marketplace and without having the bounds and the restrictions that I previously had, these old limiting beliefs that I'm like, oh, well, I see Guru X here with the perfect looking sales page, I need to have that too. No. I just put dead simple pages, and I've seen this in so many industries now. It's so funny when you start looking around and like, wow, all these pages that are converting so well are so simple. You in multiple industries too, like relationships, spirituality, like personal development, business. Like I've looked at so many industries and I'm like, wow, you really don't need that crazy long form sales page to get something working. And so I found that if you just put simple, direct, very blunt offers out there, you can radically grow. And so this was a huge component of our growth, was just launching what I call these mid-ticket offers that allowed us to really grow our ecosystem of pre-sold premium buyers coming in that then ascended to our productized offer. And that's the next thing I'm going to say. So the second thing that made the most amount of impact was having an offer you actually enjoy selling. Okay. This is something a lot of people don't talk about because it goes against actually collecting cash. Because honestly, right now, if I wanted to burn myself down, I could put, hey, I'm going to put this done for you offer together. We're going to build your micro offer. We're going to build all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I could sell it. And I bet you I could sell a few $20,000 packages. But my quality of life goes down significantly by doing that, because now I am dedicated. Instead of working on my own business, I am the one writing all this copy for other people, right? And there's a great Naval quote that you will never get rich renting out your time. I believe that's so true. And so one of the core things I focused on this year was creating leverage through offers. I wanted all of my offers to have a lot of leverage in them, meaning they only took a few hours a week of my time to deliver on. And so that's where productized offers came in. And that was the first time I actually uncovered this model and learned it. Actually, like James Kemp was my mentor behind this. And he showed me like, hey, you can have what he calls a hybrid offer, which is like a Google Doc with weekly payments. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to take this, I'm going to structure it like my own and leverage it based on the principles of productized businesses out there. And I saw this working so well. So now what we have is an extremely leveraged productized offer that allows you to simply just present clients with a document and enroll them. Now, the one thing I will say that you need for this model to work is you need to make sure that you have a pre-sold ecosystem of people that really know, like, and trust you. Because if your people in your ecosystem are just cold people, they will never, ever, ever buy an offer through Google Doc or anything like that. Like, you need to be doing that work, which is what I teach a lot of my folks inside our programs, is that, hey, this is how you actually build relationships, not just like generate leads, right? You need to build relationships with people. And so the big thing that we created with productized offers was a leveraged offer that we actually enjoyed delivering on. And because of that, clients got amazing results. People are super happy. We're creating more case studies now than we ever were before. People have had multiple 5 and 6 figure wins. It's so incredible seeing what is happening inside the community. So that was the second thing, was creating something that is leveraged and that you actually enjoy delivering on, right? That would be number 2. The third piece that made the most difference was actually intimacy. And what I mean by this is that when you're a little bit smaller, in the sense that you're not at the high 7-8 figure level where you have thousands of leads entering your world every single week and day, one of the things that you have as an advantage, and especially if you're smaller, you have this as an advantage, is you can actually create really genuine relationships with people in your ecosystem. So one of the things I'm really working on is, and I have been doing, is like, if people post questions in our Facebook group, I try to respond. If people post questions in our school group for our clients, like, I do my best to respond. If people send me a private message, I do my best to respond, right? And I think this is one of the biggest drivers of success for a lot of businesses, is being able to actually connect with our customers and our clients. So many people just treat them as leads. Like, oh, these are just leads. They're just a number on an ads dashboard or a number in my email provider. And they don't actually treat them like human beings. And so one of the things I always try to do is treat everyone like a human being. And I really listen. Like, if someone actually comes into our world, we just had this experience recently where we had a client come in. She was like really overwhelmed, really confused, because we've added a lot of stuff. Like we added a whole AI platform. We've added more templates. We've added more things. So I actually really tried to genuinely listen to this person rather than getting upset from her feedback. And we actually made changes. Now she's really happy with everything going on, right? So this allowed us to create relationships at scale with people and actually feel heard. And if people actually feel heard in your ecosystem and they're like, oh yeah, this person actually is listening, they're actually responding to my comments, they're actually there, that can make a world of difference. And I know some people do this, but maybe they resent it a little bit because they feel like they're giving stuff away for free. I really like to play all out, because what I've seen over and over and over again is that potential clients will leave a comment on a Facebook post in a group, like in our community group. If I go respond to that comment really well and leave them a really detailed reply, they're way more likely to become a client. All right. So those are 3 key things. Make more offers, create leverage through your offers, meaning it's something you actually enjoy delivering on. And then finally, create relationships, not just leads. All right. That's all I got. I'm off to paint because we're getting a new house. So if you like this video, please subscribe. I'll see you around.